Stay tuned and join for today's message.
Good morning. My name is Ralf Friedrichs. I'm an addiction recovery coach, a life coach, author, and host of this show, the Take Your Life Back Today radio show. You can see a video version of this if you go to YouTube under Take Your Life Back Today show. Here are 5 signs that you, my friends, are wasting your life away. You know, life is too precious and we only get one shot at it. Nevertheless, a lot of people spend their life merely passing the time rather than making the most of the short time they have left. Young people are especially guilty of this. They are in the spring time of their lives. If ever there was a time to plant a tree, it is now for you young people. And it's not too late for us older people. Yet most of us don't do that. Young people spend their time partying, eating junk food, and taking vacations rather than reading, building new skill sets, building healthy habits, and investing in themselves. Are you merely passing time instead of making the most of your one life that you are given by God? Here are some ways to tell. Number 1 on my list is you don't get out of bed quickly upon waking, that you kind of just linger in bed. If you spend a half an hour to an hour poking around on your phone before getting out of bed, you are not making the most out of your life. People who have a driving purpose in their life don't spend time lounging around on their phone in bed. Waking up is no big deal, just the start of another random day. To someone with a purpose, waking up every morning is a refreshing welcome to another day of hard yet meaningful work. Folks, I wake up, I jump in the shower, and I go right to my shows, my podcast, because it's my passion. Number 2, you spend more than an hour or 2 a day on aimless activities. Some activities are inherently aimless, not only because they are pleasing to in the moment. Some activities like this are the following. Spending time on social media. We're all guilty of this, so don't think we're picking on you. Watching TV or even movies, playing video games. In small doses, no more than an hour or 2 a day, these kind of activities can be an important part of decompressing. Any more than that, though, and you're going beyond decompressing into wasting your life. People with a purpose don't spend too long doing these sorts of things because they are aware that every hour sucked away by aimless activities is another hour they will never get back. It's not that they try not to spend so much time doing these things. The thought of wasting that much time makes them sick. People with a purpose wouldn't waste their time this way, even if they could. We're very limited on hours each day in our lives. You don't feel ready for bed at the end of each day is number 3 for me. People whose days are filled with purposeful activities feel tired at the end of the day. Whatever, or maybe even whether it's mental work or physical work, purposely activity uses up all your energy and leaves you ready to go to bed each and every day. Folks, I go into our bed between 8 and 8:15, 8:30. When you aren't making the most of your life, on the other hand, you aren't tired at the end of the day. You are, quite literally, not making the most of your energy or your day. Number 4 on my list, you spend more of your time planning than doing. In other words, you're talking more than you're showing action. If you spend more of your time daydreaming, planning, or thinking about the future than you do working to bringing about the future, you are not making the most of your day and not using your time in a responsible way. People who make something of themselves don't sit around daydreaming about what the future may be like. People who make something of themselves pick a goal for the future and then work hard to make that goal happen. Someone who spends all their time daydreaming is not someone who spends all their time doing. Think about professional weightlifters. They spend a little bit of their time researching how to lift weights more effectively, and a lot of their time lifting weights and practicing and doing it over and over. Last of my list is number 5. You worry what others think of you. This is an important one. High achievers are too busy getting things done to worry about what other folks think of what they're doing. High achievers may worry about what people who matter think of them, but they don't worry about what their friends, family, culture thinks of them. They are too busy getting things done. If you routinely worry about what your friends and family, peers, or pop culture thinks of you, you may be letting your life slip away. Instead of doing what others approve of, find a guiding purpose, like God, that you can be true to even when your world turns. Remember, God only gives you 84,400 seconds to live, and you got to use them very wisely and never waste them. Call me at 844-405-HELP. Together, you and I, we can help each other take our lives back. Be good to yourselves. Always be good to each other. And remember, a simple smile to that neighbor, that older person, can change their life, and it can change your life. 86,400 seconds daily God gives you. Use them wisely, and always use some of them to praise God and thank God for life itself. Because if it wasn't for